Hello, and I'm doing a short episode today. So, today I want to talk about weight loss resistance because most people I talk to struggle to lose weight, and a lot of the time it's how do I burn this belly fat? I've been trying this for this many years and nothing's working. I'm just broken, blah blah blah. And there's more to it than just saying a calorie deficit, because a calorie deficit is like telling someone who is broke that they just need to have more savings and spend less, kind of thing. Kind of similar to that, because it's like, well, yeah, but how do I do that? Or it's also the mindset of that person who's always going paycheck to paycheck, for example, because they spend too much. They might just have a mindset of like the shopaholics, like they're always needing to buy things. It's the same thing. You can never just get someone to like have more money in their bank by telling them to save more if their mindset hasn't been worked on to stop them being such a shopaholic and spendaholic and buying and spending money on stupid shit, for example. And the same goes for weight loss. It's like if someone has the restrictive mindset or the chronic dieting mindset, they're never going to be able to change their body until they change their mind. So there's also that element of it. Like, I can go in so many directions with this podcast, but I'm going to stick with the actual, like, the chronic dieter kind of perspective first. So if you've been someone that has been trying to lose weight over and over again and you've been chronically dieting on low calories, yeah, this also includes if you've had random days, random weekends where you've been overeating, because your body does not upregulate its metabolism in one day or in 1 week if it's just this sporadic overeating and then most of the other time you're literally living in like poverty calories. Your body is a very, very smart machine that primes itself to store fat if it is so used to getting not enough ingredients into it, as in food. Now, on top of that, most people that struggle with fat loss and weight loss resistance, a lot of them do not eat enough protein. You need to eat adequate levels of protein. I always say at least 2.2 grams per kilo of body weight. I like saying 2.5 because it's a better number, but 2.2 is the absolute minimum that you should be consuming of protein per kilogram of body weight. It is even more important when you want to lose weight. And if you want, I should say, lose fat. And if you want to look lean with that as well. Because if you do not do that, like, what materials are you giving your body to actually have a healthy metabolism, to actually have healthy hormones? Because you need adequate protein for hormone production, for your metabolism, for the things, like the ingredients that are needed to make your metabolism work. Like, you need protein for that shit. And you also need it to maintain and build your muscle. And if you lose muscle, you lose metabolism. And you lose any shape to your body. And you just end up looking worse than when you initially wanted to lose weight. And that's the other thing that comes with chronic dieting. Regardless of whether you've been in a chronic low deficit or not, just dieting in itself, everything about it is a stress on the body. Your mindset around it is a stress on the body. And you're going to prevent yourself from actually building adequate muscle mass. And if you are eating away at that and not providing a sufficient stimulus to your body to build muscle, you're downgrading your metabolism just like that. Like, you're not giving your metabolism anything to actually be healed, quote unquote. If you want to heal your metabolism, you need to build muscle. Like, it's why my biggest focus, more so into 2022, is going to be showing people that they need to prioritize protein, lifting, getting strong and building muscle. Because when you focus on that stuff, the body will follow. It really will. Now, some people need to actually also, at the same time, focus on weight loss. But I don't want to say weight loss anymore. We need to stop saying weight loss and start saying fat loss. Because if you're new to training properly, this includes if you've been doing your foofy, F45, CrossFit, whatever, and you actually get into proper strength training. If you get into that proper strength training while you're dieting for the first time, doing that strength training, you can still build muscle and lose fat. You can still do that. I'm not going to say weight, because we don't care about weight. We don't care about what the scale says, because the scale can stay the same and you can look so much different and so much better than ever before. And sometimes it takes you feeling worse in your body. Sometimes it might take you looking worse in your body to start with. But it's only temporary. And once you actually get your body responding the way that it needs to as well, you'll be like, what the hell? How is this so easy? How is my body just, like, it's just happening? And that's the point. But here's another thing. If you've been chronically dieting for ages, it impacts your hormones. It downregulates your thyroid. And in that, it downregulates your progesterone. And women are primarily estrogen and progesterone dominant. So if we downregulate our progesterone, we therefore become estrogen dominant. And then we have too much estrogen. Well, I'm not going to say, like, we can have low levels of estrogen and still be estrogen dominant, because the ratio is off from estrogen to progesterone. And then that's how we get belly fat. That's how we end up gaining more fat when we're apparently in a deficit, because we now lost our progesterone, we now lost our thyroid. Progesterone is needed for testosterone, so now that's low. We feel like shit, we have no energy, because that's what we also need testosterone for. We're not able to build muscle, we're not able to actually recover. Like, what do we expect to happen? Just to lose weight when our hormones aren't even working right, when our stress is through the roof? Because a dieting mindset is in itself a stress on the body. You need to give your body a break for at least 6 weeks. 6 weeks is even not enough if you've been doing this for a lifetime. But it's a good start. You can't even undo it in 12 weeks if you've been doing this for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. But your body can still change in that process of actually healing. And that's why I say you need to at least give yourself a steady base for 6 weeks. Because then you're giving your body a better chance of responding to whatever comes next. Because your body is smart. And until you give it something consistently, which, hey, it thrives off consistency, it's not really going to have anything to go off. Because if you can't consistently hit your protein, if you can't consistently give it like a supply of nutrients and food and calories that it needs, it's never going to be able to know that it's safe. And if it does not think it's safe, it is not going to release any fat. So that's something to keep in mind, and that is pretty much why you are weight loss resistant. It's got nothing to do with anything but your mindset. You're resistant. You're resistant in yourself. You're resistant to actually embracing a little bit of discomfort for long-term results. So then you keep yourself stuck in this cycle. Like, yeah, it's easy to want all that you want to get into this fat loss phase like ASAP. But is it really going to benefit you now? And do you really want to keep fighting the hard fight and not seeing results? And keep spinning your wheels? Because you're putting yourself into the yo-yo loop by doing that. You need to make it easier for yourself by being okay with being uncomfortable. Because imagine that. Imagine you actually have your metabolism at a point, your calories at a point, your everything at a point where you actually have something to take from. Like, you can only push so far until there's nothing left to push. And yeah, you can bring it up a little and then push again, but you're still not giving yourself enough in the bucket to then take out of the bucket, so to speak. So you need to give yourself a big bucket. Like, think about your metabolism as this bucket. Like, you can do whatever you want with that small bucket and just keep playing the yo-yo cycle with that small bucket. Or you can upgrade your bucket to a bigger bucket and have a lot more metabolic capacity and be able to actually make results with a greater a greater range, which is what everybody wants. Like, who wants to fight nails deep, blood, sweat, and tears to get tiny results when you can have less effort with a lot more to speak for and feel great in the process? Because you will never feel great no matter what you do until you fix your mindset first. Anyway, I hope this little talk helped, and if there's anything else you want me to talk about, just shoot me a message. And if you're listening to this and your Instagram is on private and you've been sharing any of my episodes, shoot me a message, because I don't see anything that I'm tagged in if your Instagram is private. So yeah, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the holiday season, and until next time.